I'll attempt some coffee art and go, well, that doesn't look like it, and just plop the rest of the milk in. And that's what I did. I plopped the rest of the milk in. And I called the kids in because I was like, guys, what do you see? I was like, am I just seeing this or not? My kids were like, Mom, that's a weaponized angel. It was both just awesome and a little bit, left me a little bit shaky. The Lord himself goes before you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. And in Psalm 91, he will command his angels concerning you that you will not strike your foot against a stone. There was just, I wasn't necessarily thinking, okay, what could this mean? I was engulfed in, this is what this means.
But I just learned to accept that God loves me. I think so often, like, we as Christians want to reach for the really high stuff when we're not able to like deal with the foundational things of our faith. Like, we want to build this grand tower of our lives and our story, but we aren't willing to like address the foundational issues. And so I expected to come back this incredible, like, great pastor or leader, and I was like, come back like, maybe God loves me. But like, so often we'll point to everyone else about why our faith isn't how it should be, or why it always is how it is. It doesn't. By the end of the day, really, it's you pursuing Jesus. Not for rules, not for trying to be better, not for anything except just growing in intimacy with him, which is something I think we've all forgotten, at least where I've been in Seattle, Washington. Like, what intimacy with Jesus really is. And that's everything.
Most important thing that I learned is love, because I was left without love when I was a baby. Mom didn't love me, she left me out, and I learned that love is painful thing in life. That's the reason why I started to keep the kids to look after those that I knew that people will hate them. So when I practice love, I knew that love brought me this.
I had just totally messed up, that God couldn't use me anymore. I was 20 years old when I was separated from my husband and we were getting a divorce. And so at that point, I felt like God, he couldn't use me. My life was over. I never thought that my story could be used to glorify God before. I always thought that this was too shameful to tell anyone. When I think like, oh yeah, I'm great, I'm done healing and whatever, it's like, no, there's always so much more with God.
And just even recently, over the past few years, the Lord has been opening up in me like more of living the kingdom here now. And I think I just never assumed seeing healing and seeing miracles and seeing revival is a thing for us now at this age and in this time. It's just completely blowing every box that I had in God, blowing every mindset that I have, that I'm not just riding on the back of my mom's faith, I'm not just riding on the back of what the pastor says on the Sunday, but this is real and it's the biggest part of me. And
I can always come back to it, like whenever I feel those emotions of like, oh my gosh, like I'm not good enough, or I'm not worth it, or I need to stop talking. I can just recall all of those times that I felt that way and recall like forgiving, like, no, like this is not who I am. Like, I'm free, I'm a child of the Lord, he loves me, like I'm his child, and there's no greater judgment than that. That is the highest judgment that we can ever receive, is we are loved and called by the creator of everything.